Hey, hello, and welcome to my front porch jam. Excuse me, I got choked up there for a second. Not sure what happened there. But anyways, hope you're having a wonderful day. Hopefully you're not getting choked up like me. Something kind of went down the wrong way there all of a sudden when I started to talk. So who knows? I could edit that, but I think I'll just leave it. Anyways, hope you're having a wonderful day. Definitely been a great day here. Kind of chill. Got up mid-morning, slept in a bit, and hit the gym, and loved the hydro massage. So took part in that. Then did a few little bits of actual work, and then decided to come around and go out here and do the jam. If you're checking your calendar, then it is the third Saturday of the month, which could only mean one thing, and that is, you can hear it now. That is, tonight is the cruise in, and I'm not sure what's going on, but I see several police cars off in the distance, but I cannot make out what's happening. The rain seems to have kind of quieted things down a bit, so I don't know. It may not be a huge turnout tonight, but it is clear now, so that's good. So, a couple things for tonight. We'll do the Campfire front porch version of I Remember You by Skid Row. And you're probably thinking, well, it doesn't seem like you really have the pipes to be doing a song by Sebastian Bach and Skid Row. So this is true. But I think that if we're talking front porch Campfire version, you can do a passable version. I mean, it'd be much better to hit all the high notes, but you can sing it at a much lower register. Now, I'm not saying this is good, but hey, there's always the recording of Skid Row too. So anyways, we'll break that down. A couple other notes. Wearing the finest seersucker suit you can get from Amazon for about $65. But as a special note, I thought I would sport this tonight. This is one of two. So I think since I've been doing some edits on the transitions and stuff, I think when I go to do the song and artist facts, I'll change into my other seersucker suit, because you never have too many. I will say that it's actually on camera. It probably doesn't. You can't really see too much, I don't imagine. But I will say that it's actually looks pretty cool in my estimation, and great fit right out of the. I got ready to say the box, but right out of the Ziploc bag that they come in. you know that it's quality when you get a suit that comes in a Ziploc bag from Amazon. But I'm not knocking it. This is for the money. I don't think you could beat it. I think it's great for the money. I think it was $65, I think. And even comes with a little charm here, which is a W, which is their company logo, because the company is called Ween Charm. So this is your little Ween Charm logo that comes complimentary with the seersucker suit. If you've never worn one, they're excellent for hot weather. That was my primary motivation, because when I'm out here on the porch doing these things, it's ungodly hot a lot of times, and I like to dress up for the audience, of course, but that gets quite hot when you're out here in a suit. And I'd read about these and knew they were made for very hot weather, and so got one. And I will say, true to form, they're not hot at all. The air kind of passes right through them. It's a weird material. It's a material that is has a texture that is a bunched up texture, and so while it does wrinkle, the wrinkle is kind of like part of the design, so it doesn't really quote unquote show wrinkles in that sense. So that's nice. Or it's not like ever pressed out, like a regular suit would be. So it's always kind of wrinkled up material just by its very nature, by the way it's made. So anyways, if you're not already familiar, get yourself one if you like. I think for hot weather you'll like it. Also, they're stretchy, they're super comfortable, and they really feel like a pair of pajamas. So if you don't have pajamas and you don't have a suit, you'd like to kill two birds with one stone, get one of these and you'll have both a suit and a pair of pajamas that you can wear wherever you like. So you can get out of bed in the morning looking completely professional after sleeping in your pajama suit. So but yeah, anyways, love it. So Good deal there. Enjoying a nice cold beverage. Okay, so let's look at the chord chart for this song. This is a pretty simple song, all things considered, and not a lot of surprises. On all those C add 9s, if you want to go ahead and switch that to just a C, it's really fine. So it's up to hear the sound of pouring rain, wind whisper and I think of you. So right, just like that. That's just regular C there. Then when it goes to the chorus, it's G. Remember yesterday, walking hand in hand, then E minor. Love letters in the sand. I remember you. So it's I remember you. So you kind of have to get a feel for it, but you kind of hit that D kind of twice there quickly. So it's I remember you, something like that. Okay. And that's about it. The solo is just the chords played over the, just the chord sequence. That's all that is. There is a bridge. If we go down here, and the bridge, they've even given us a nice easy bridge too, because on the bridge for this song, it's we've had our share of hard times. That's the price we pay. And through it all, we kept the promise that we made. I swear you'll never be lonely. Something like that, right? So, like I said, you could say, gosh, that's very ambitious to do a song that Sebastian Bach sing lead vocals on. And we'll talk about him after in the Song and Artist Facts. There's a lot to discuss for sure. Interesting individual. But we'll get to that in the Song and Artist Facts. But anyways, we'll do our Campfire front porch version. And then we'll come back and we'll do Song and Artist Facts. And when we go to that, I think I'll change into my other seersucker suit, since I have two. And I could probably mix and match with the jacket and the pants and so on, So always good to have two suits that are complementary, right? So anyways, I will, like I said, I'll talk to you later. Actually, I won't talk to you later because I'm not leaving. I will go rock this out, and then I'll come back and we'll do Song and Artist Facts. Here we go. Woke up to hear the sound of pouring rain. Wind will whisper and I think of you. And all the tears you cried, they call my name. When you needed me, I came through. Paint a picture of the days gone by. Love went blind and you could make me see. Stare a lifetime into your eyes, so that I knew that you were there for me. Time after time you were there for me. Remember yesterday, walking hand in hand, the letters in the sand. I remember you through the sleepless nights, through every endless day. I wanna hear you say, I remember you. Spent the summer with the top rolled down. Wish ever after could be like this. Said I love you, babe, without a sound. Said I'd give my life for just one kiss. Live for your smile and die for your kiss. Remember yesterday, walking hand in hand, love letters in the sand. I remember you through the sleepless nights, through every endless day. I wanna hear you say, I remember you. Had our share of hard times, that's the price we pay. Through it all, we sound of pouring rain washed away a dream of you. Nothing else could ever take you away, 'cause you'll always be my dream come true. Oh my darling, I love you. Remember yesterday, walking hand in hand, of letters in the sand. I remember you through the sleepless nights, through every endless day. I wanna hear you say, I remember you. Remember yesterday, walking hand in hand, of letters in the sand. I remember you through the sleepless nights and every endless day. I wanna hear you say, I remember you. Alrighty, that was I Remember You as interpreted by me on my front porch. It's the front porch campfire version, so we obviously sing in a bit of a lower key. And you might think, wow, if I close my eyes, it sounds like Sebastian Bach singing. But, I got to be humble and really say that I don't really have that kind of voice. But nonetheless, fun, and I hope you learned something. You got the chord chart linked below. You can use that and call that up and play along and learn the song. On those C add 9s, it's just the C, and then it's your little finger in the 3rd fret 2nd string. If you aren't hitting those and you want to play a C, I think it sounds fine. It just has a little bit different ring to it. So if I set this down for a second, I will show you what I'm talking about. So that's a regular C, and then the add 9. So it does have a different sound, but but I think you could pass with a regular C chord as well. So, anyways, and then how could I would be remiss if I did not mention this is Seersucker suit number 2, and this is the first one I got. I will say that this one, where the other one was $65, this one was I believe this was just shy of $100. So, but I will say too that this is actually really what I wanted when it came to Seersucker. This is just a slightly better quality in my estimation. The material is very breathable, but just a tiny bit thicker, which is nice. Still comfortable like wearing a pair of pajamas though. And then it has the benefits of being machine washable. Great for hot weather. Matter of fact, it's very hot tonight. Maybe I should hit the town and stroll around the cruise in tonight wearing my brand new Seersucker suit and go out on the town. I don't know. Wonder if it would be very well received or not. That's a good question. But anyways, let's go ahead and talk about what I know about this song, and then we might talk a bit about Skid Row as well. Alrighty. I Remember You is a power ballad by the American heavy metal band Skid Row, released in November 1989 as the 3rd single from their self-titled debut album. Great album in my estimation. I have not stayed a loyal fan over the years, but that first album, maybe the first 2, pretty killer albums, just saying. Especially the first one, though. Excuse me. The song was a commercial success, reaching number 6 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 and number 23 on the album Rock Tracks in early 1990, marking it as Skid Row's second and last U.S. top 10 hit. Internationally, it also performed well, peaking at number 2 in New Zealand, number 12 in Ireland, number 14 in Canada, number 18 in Finland, and number 36 on the UK singles chart. All right, so background and composition. The song was co-written by Skid Row bassist Rachel Bolan and guitarist Dave the Snake Sabo. According to Bolan, I Remember You was an organic creation emerging naturally from a chord progression that Sabo had been working on. Bolan contributed the lyrics, and the two worked together to shape the song into what it would become one of the band's most iconic tracks. The process was unplanned, with Bolan describing it as something that wasn't planned, but rather just came out the way it did. And there's so many great songs that are just like that, you know? For sure. Well, nice loud motorcycle. It actually sounds great though. So it's running great. So where was I at? Before it was officially released, I Remember You was performed by Skid Row in various small clubs and bars, where it quickly became popular, particularly among female fans. Popularity caused some hesitation among the band members, particularly Bolan and Sabo, who were concerned that including the song on their debut album might brand them as a quote-unquote chick band. However, lead singer Sebastian Bach and the band's record label saw the potential in the song and advocated for its inclusion on the album. Their instincts proved correct, as the ballad became one of the defining tracks of Skid Row's career. Yes, it certainly has been. Now, personally, I've always been kind of partial to Youth Gone Wild, but anyways, but this is obviously a true classic. So, I Remember You is a quintessential power ballad characterized by its melodic guitar work, emotionally charged lyrics, and Sebastian Bach's powerful vocal performance. Indeed, it does have amazing vocals on the song. The song's lyrics center around the theme of lost love and the lingering memories from a past relationship. The protagonist of the song is haunted by the memory of a girl he once loved, unable to move on from the emotional impact of their time together. This theme of longing and heartache resonated with listeners, contributing to the song's widespread popularity. Goodness. Got a lot of revving engines out there tonight. A lot of burning rubber. It's actually really cool though. It seems to be a big turnout for this. It's a positive thing. A lot of businesses have sprung up. A lot of food trucks, things like that. So very cool thing, and those of us that live here, we are almost immune to the sound of revving engines and burning tires and things like that. But of course, I'm a little more conscious of it when I'm here on the video. So, where was I at? Okay. Sebastian Bach's vocal performance on I Remember You is particularly noteworthy. At just 20 years old, Bach brought a level of intensity and emotion to the track that elevated it beyond a typical ballad. His ability to channel his own experiences of hardship into his singing added a layer of authenticity to the song, making it one of the most memorable performances of his career. Bach, who had grown up in Canada under difficult circumstances, including struggles with drugs and homelessness, found a way to pour his frustrations and passions into his vocals, creating a connection with the audience that was both powerful and genuine. I Remember You was described by Ultimate Classic Rock as an explosive power ballad, and its impact on popular culture was significant. In a 2007 interview, Sebastian Bach revealed that the song was the #1 prom song in the United States in 1990. Definitely believe that. A testament to its emotional resonance and widespread appeal. The song's ability to evoke memories and emotions made it a staple at events like proms and weddings, cementing its place in the canon of classic rock ballads. Indeed it is. The accompanying music video, I Remember You, further reinforced the video for I Remember You. Yeah, you probably, at this point, you probably know what the song's called, so I guess I don't have to keep repeating that. I should clean up my notes a little bit before I do this. I read through them before I go over this, but sometimes when I read it out loud, it seems a little odd compared to when I was reading it, I guess. So anyways, the accompanying music video further reinforced the song's themes of longing and memory. The video depicts a homeless man carrying around pictures of a girl he can't forget, aligning with the quote-unquote Skid Row theme of that band the band was named after. So it's an interesting video. I guess it really not the video I probably would have intuitively thought would go with the song, but it works, and it's also a classic, right? So in 2003, Skid Row re-recorded I Remember You with their new lead singer, Johnny Solinger, who joined the band after Sebastian Bach's departure. The new version, titled I Remember You 2 with TWO, was included on the album Thick Skin. I will say that I had never heard this before at all, and I looked it up to check it out, and it's cool. It's sort of, what it reminds me of is like when Guns N' Roses did two different versions of You're Crazy. There was like the sped up rock version with the electric guitars, and then there was the low-key acoustic version. That's kind of what this is. It's the re-recorded version is all electric, much more up-tempo. It's a great, I mean, to me it was great. Now, that's kind of sacrilege if you're a longtime fan of this classic song, and and it doesn't exactly get a lot of love from the fan base. But if it's taken, on its own, is almost more of like I wouldn't say a cover because it's the whole band except for the lead singer, but it, just a new take on it is actually pretty cool. So I'll just say that. Back to my notes, the re-recorded version featured a faster tempo and was adjusted to fit Solinger's vocal range. Yes, indeed it was. His vocal range is probably closer to mine than Sebastian Bach's, I think. I don't know, though. I only know the one song, so that may not be true. And then the next line is, however, the reception was overwhelmingly negative. Yes, indeed, it was. But that's just because of the circumstance. If it was a new song that came out on its own without anything to compare it to, people would say it was great. So I'm just saying. So many fans expressed their disappointment and even anger at the reimagined version. So if you actually make your fans mad, that's definitely not good. Okay. The original had become so iconic that any significant changes were bound to be met with resistance, to my point. The song was also covered by Amber Carrington, a contestant on the reality singing competition The Voice, during a live performance on June 3rd, 2013. Carrington admitted to her coach, Adam Levine, that she had never heard the song before and even had to improvise some of the lyrics during her performance. Wow. Despite this, she managed to deliver a performance that, while not perfect, still resonated with the audience. I've never seen one episode of The Voice. I don't know who this singer is, and no idea. But I'm passing that information along. I don't like those kind of shows that much. I love music, but I don't like those kind of shows too much. So I don't feel like they're as genuine as like seeing a band in a club or a live band on stage or whatever. But that's just me. Cultural impact of I Remember You. It has left an indelible mark on rock music and popular culture. Its status as a quintessential power ballad has been reinforced by its inclusion in various films, television shows, and even reality TV performances, as mentioned. The song's success helped solidify Skid Row's place on the rock music pantheon, even as the band's career trajectory experienced its ups and downs. The combination of heartfelt lyrics, a memorable melody, and a powerful vocal performance made I Remember You a standout track of its era, and it remains a beloved song for many fans of the 1980s and 1990s rock music. You can count me in on that. Love 80s, 90s rock music. The fact that it became a prom anthem for a generation speaks to its enduring appeal and the emotional connection it forged with listeners across the world. So that's what I know about that song. So I think that it really interesting that they did that second version. That's like I said, something you probably want to go check out, so do that. All right, a few notes about Skid Row specifically, and then we'll call it a night. Skid Row is an American band that was formed in 1986 in Toms River, New Jersey. The band's current lineup includes bassist Rachel Bolin, guitarist Dave Sabo, and Scotty Hill, and drummer Rob Hammersmith. They gained commercial success with their first two albums, Skid Row in 1989 and Slave to the Grind in 1991. Both were certified multi-platinum. Slave to the Grind reached number 1 on the Billboard 200. These albums produced several popular hits, including 18 in Life, I Remember You, and Youth Gone Wild, probably my favorite one. Their third album, Subhuman Race, in 1995, was critically acclaimed, but it did not match the success of its predecessors. Yeah, the tide was turning on music at that time. That's probably what happened there. By 1996, the band had sold 20 million albums worldwide, but tensions led to the departure of frontman Sebastian Bach and drummer Rob Fuso. The band then went on hiatus. Interesting story about this. Don't know if it's true, but one of the rock and roll podcasts I listen to says that both Rachel Bolan and Dave Sabo were offered a obscene amount of money to do a reunion with Sebastian Bach a few years back, and they said that it was not worth the money. So that's rough. I don't know if that's true or not. That's just something I heard on a podcast. I don't remember which one I heard it on, but yeah, that must be kind of some bad blood there. Kind of hard to get along with, maybe. I don't know, or maybe they just have just a lot of bad blood between them. I have no idea. But anyways, so Skid Row reformed in 1999 with Johnny Solinger as the new lead singer and released 2 albums: Thick Skin, which we've mentioned already, that was 2003, and Revolutions Per Minute, that was in 2006. And then they also did 2 EPs. But the recordings, however, received mixed reviews. After several lineup changes, including brief stints with Tony Hornell and Zappy Thurt as lead singers, the band brought in Eric Gromwell in 2022. Gromwell appeared on the first studio album in 16 years, The Gang's All Here, which the little bit I heard from it was actually pretty cool. But he left the band in 2024 due to health issues. Lizzie Hale of Hailstorm has been filling in for him during live performances. Well, that's interesting. I did not know that. I might have to check that out. Skid Row's early years, 1986 through 88, saw them playing clubs across the eastern United States after forming with Bolan, Sabo, Hill, and a drummer that we had already mentioned, Rob Fuso. Sebastian Bach joined in 87 after being discovered singing at a wedding. Sabo, who was friends with John Bon Jovi, leveraged this connection to secure a record deal with Atlantic Records, leading to the release of their debut album. Before the album's release, the band paid $35,000 to guitarist Gary Moore for the rights to the name Skid Row. So, how about that? So that's pretty cool. Anyways, that's what I know about Skid Row. And I just saw a car go by with one of those cameras on the back that's like, it sort of looks like to me it kind of looks like almost like a fishing pole kind of thing. It has a camera stuck on the end of it so that you can get the view from over the top of the car as you're cruising up and down Madison Street, I guess. But that's cool. I thought that was, I just saw it go by here, so that's kind of cool. So anyways, I'm thinking we'll have a long night of revving engines and burning tires, burning rubber, but I also think that it would be a good night to build a nice fire in the fire pit and chill outside. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So anyways, with that said, you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you happen to be watching this, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.